Hi everybody, Alex the Pro here from Expert Forex, and in today's video I'm going to give you a free indicator download. It's the Ehlers Fisher Indicator, a fantastically smooth momentum indicator that can make you a lot of money, and I'm going to show you how to trade this indicator. And this is the multi-time frame version of the Ehlers Fisher indicator, and as you can see there are two time frames here, the 4 hour and the 1 hour, and this is what it looks like on the chart. Obviously you can change the color schemes to meet your preferences, and I'm going to go and I'm going to show you a number of ways that you can make quite a bit of money out of using this particular indicator. So firstly, let's have a look at the inputs into this indicator. Very simple inputs. You just have to nominate the time frame. You have to tell them the period that you want to look back on, and in this case it was set for 9. That's most probably the default. Which price you want to use, the medium price, the close price, that kind of thing. The smoothing weight, and that's how smooth you want the indicator. If you want it very smooth, you use a high smoothing factor, and if you want it less smooth, a low indicator factor, and that's how you use those settings. And then the whether you want to use a filter. I don't use a filter, so I'm not going to go into those. The beauty is this comes with a lot of alerts, so you can have a lot of alerts, sound alerts, message alerts, on the chart alerts. You just set them to what you want, and you'll get those alerts. So pretty handy indicator for a free one. And let's have a look at how you can trade this indicator. Here's the Ehlers Fisher indicator. There it is. It's based on the 1 hour and on the 4 hour time frames, and at the top here is the 1 hour chart. And as you can see, there's a beautiful turning point that's happening there, and Ehlers Fisher picks that turning point up quite nicely with a crossover right there. So you can, that's an actual trade. Now, the way I use it is I don't trade, I take that trade, but the position sizing is important. I would only use one lot, for instance, in this particular case, because the 4 hour does not agree with the sell. So that's in a sell, that's not in a sell yet, so I would only use one lot, and I would trade that down, and it goes over, then it makes a buy signal. At that point, that transaction, that first transaction, would have been nicely positive. I would cash that in, and I would go into a buy signal over there. And because that buy signal doesn't agree with the direction of the 4 hour, I would go into one lot in that particular buy signal, and hopefully you'll see there's enough room there for it to have gone positive by the time it flips over into the sell mode again. So it goes right into the sell mode, and this time the sell is in line with the 4 hour. Can you see it's pointing down? They're both pointing down. Now I'll go for it with 2 lots. So I'll go in there with 2 lots, and I ride it all the way down and reach this particular point where it's switching over into a buy again. So I would then cash in my sell positively, and then I would say, all right, now I've got to buy, but the 1 hour hasn't gone into a buy yet, so I'll use one lot. So I'll go one lot, and you'll see there's a bit of a whipsaw. I might have gone into a buy and a sell and buy, and remember those are one lot transactions, but then it starts lining up for a really good buy, but yet if you line it up, the daily isn't there yet, so I would only go with one lot, and up it would go, and that's the way I would manage my lot sizing. And again, that would be a very nice positive transaction. Cuts over into a sell, because this is now buying and that one's selling. I would only go in with one lot. So the whole idea is, when you're trading with the trend, you use 2 lots. When you're trading against the trend, you use one lot. So that's one way of trading it. Now, what if those whipsaws over there were not profitable? Now, the one thing I do is I don't cash them in if they're losers. I keep them open, because losers can turn into winners, and they can make useful hedging transactions. So I don't cash my losses in. I say, all right, I've got this one transaction that's at a loss at the moment. I open the correct transaction in the next phase, and I ride that one, and I ride those transactions, and I might even go into a third transaction, even into a fourth transaction, and I keep them open until the basket of transactions are positive. When they become positive, I cash them in and I move on to single transactions again. So that's the way and it is very likely that if you follow this approach, because there aren't many crossovers in this particular indicator, that you will, all you need is a nice good trend like that to make your basket nicely positive, and you can cash in. In the meantime, you've got buy, sell, so that's where the hedging comes in, and then your additional profit will make your basket profitable. So that's the way I use it. Now, you can use it any way you want, quite honestly. It is meant to be used as a multi-time frame indicator. That's why I've got 2 time frames on there, and you set them the way you want. There's another trick I'm going to show you, and that is when you use it for your short time frames like the 1 hour, I've got this set for 9 periods backwards. But the longer you go, like if you go into the 4 hour, you then go into this. I set my settings more sensitive. So in other words, I use 6. If I go into the daily, I must probably use 3 for the daily. So that's a little trick that I do when I do a multi time frame. I actually make the longer ones more sensitive and more sensitive and more sensitive, and that aligns the settings a lot better. Now the next question is, where can I download this indicator? And as normal, all our indicators are on our forum. If you're not a member of the forum already, just join it. It's free. Join it, and you can then freely download our indicator, and you can download the 138 and plus 8 over 140 other free indicators on this forum. Once you're a member, you can go mad. So please use this link. There is the link to that section there, and you will find the Ehlers Fisher indicator as one of the ones at the top, because it's most recently added to the list. Now, I hope this helps your Forex trading. You could use this indicator as a filter together with your normal trading, or you could use it on its own to generate really good trades. So from me, Alex Aploy, cheerio.